quiz 1, cis1103. In the hardware chapter, we discussed about the definition of computer. This is important. We said that computer is an electronic device. Okay. It can be programmed to accept or input. You can input data. It will do process, then it will produce output. Okay. The computer with additional hardware and software is called computer system. Then we talked about the definition of data and information. Okay. Which one has can give a useful information? Information. Then we talked about the information processing cycle. Okay. All right. So then we have the video. Then we have about the. We talked about the components that make the computer, which are input, output, and internal components. We call them hardware. Okay. Computer hardware primarily comprises of motherboard, processor, memory, basic input-output devices here, BIOS, okay, and cooling system. Why we need cooling system for the computer? To cool the components because they got hot. Okay. Thank you. Motherboard. The motherboard is the spine, العمود الفقري للكمبيوter. Okay, or the system board or main board. It is made of a PCB. Contains the buses, electrical pathways, okay, interconnection, electronic components. These are the major components of the motherboard. Okay, so you need to know them. Then we have the central processing unit. We talked about the central processing unit. We have the CPU. Okay. It does all the actual processing and is usually they call it the brain of the computer. The brain. Okay. Or processor. Okay. The processor is given instructions through the program and it will do the operations, the processes. It has three main components: registers, ALUs, and control unit, CU. Okay. You see here we have the CPU. Okay. This is my CPU here. It has the register. It has the arithmetic logic unit or ALU. Okay. And it has the control unit. What does the control unit do? Control sequential instruction execution. Okay. And guides data flow through the computer's memory and input-output devices. يعني زي timing. يعني who will come first? You don't send them all together. There is a flow. Okay. Control. Okay. The process CPU, the ALU will do the mathematics, but which instruction will do first? Managed by control. Yeah. Chipset, we have two models of chipset. North Bridge is fast, like used for RAM and video cards. We have South Bridge, which is slower, okay, such as dealing with hard drive, USB car ports, okay. Input devices, we talked about some samples of input devices. Who can tell me some samples?
Keyboard, microphone.
Yeah. ADF.
Headphone.
Yeah. Microphone. Headphone, because it can have, when you say headphone, people will think it is the speaker. So microphone, you have to be specific. The joystick. Okay. Screen. Okay. So these are the new input devices. We have stylus. You see how it looks like you can write with it. Barcode scanner, webcams, okay. Microphone. Yeah. Most recent input devices, we have NFC device, near field communication. Okay, we have example here. You know, when you put your card or your mobile. Facial recognition scanners input, okay. For output, we have speakers, headphones, monitors, and projectors. Okay. Computer memory, we talked about bit and byte. Byte is how many bits? 8 bits. We have RAM and ROM. Which one is volatile? RAM. يعني تعتمد على الكهرباء. Well, you need to please, you need to read all the slides. I'm just picking some questions. Thank you. Then we have also cache memory, most expensive memory. It's very close to the CPU. Okay. And it is very fast. هاي أغلى ترى من الرام والروم. Okay. لما تشتري بروسيسور، لما تشتري لابتوب بيكون مكتوب إنه هذا الكاش memory. The higher the cache memory is better. And very high speed. Yeah. يسرع من الرام والروم صح؟ يختلف يعني. CPU and primary memory. I did not hear what you said. Who's talking? لا هو بيساعد البروسيسور. We have secondary memory. This is like the hard disk. Okay. All right. And secondary can be volatile or non-volatile, but it has larger capacity. Okay. We have HDD, hard disk, optical drive, tape drive. These are all examples. We have also SSD. Okay. The storage devices uses SATA connections to connect to the hard disk. Okay. From the motherboard to the storage, we are using SATA, this cable. Have you seen this cable before? Yeah. Then we talked about the adapters and expansion slots. This is called expansion slot. هاي بتكون على المotherboard. And this is the card. This we call it card adapters, such as we have modem, we have NIC, network interface card, we have a graphic card. Okay. Then we talked about type of cases. We have horizontal case اللي بتكون على الطاولة هيك. We have full size tower. وفي have compact tower أو ميني بسموه صغير يعني compact. And then we have all in one. All in one بيكون شاشة فيها everything ما عدا الكيبورد والماوس برا. Okay. Have you seen this? Okay. Power supply. What is the main function of the power supply? It provides power to the computer, convert AC power into lower voltage DC. Okay. These are the connections coming from the power supply. And be careful when you are dealing with the computer hardware. Motherboard and disk drives. Power supply. It has connectors that goes to all the even the speaker, even some LED. Okay. Cooling system. Computer, they are perform better when they are cooled down. And we use active and passive cooling solution. Active require power. That's why we call it active. Passive does not require power. Passive, give me example of passive. If we talk about the car, which one is the cooling? What do you call it? Passive. Put your hands together, please, for what's your name? صح. Very good. In the computer, also same, we have a device called heat sink. لا not السيارة. Heat sink. ليش؟ Because the heat sink, it's like metal, but does not need power. Same in the car. Radiator need power? It will just, the air will touch the, yeah. So this is very good example. So in the exam, if they ask you, the heat sink is passive or active, remember this example. It is passive because you don't connect it. But give me an example of an active, no, give me an example of an active cooling system in the computer. Can you tell me? Fan, very good. Excellent. Fan, good. Any questions? لا ما في in the processor we don't use it. Maybe in the new processors, I don't know. The graphic card. نفس المذر بورد ولا الجرافيك card? It's better to use what's here, you know. But the liquid, that one will be what, passive or active? Liquid. Passive. You know, now I'll tell you one information extra. There are now type of data centers. They put this inside liquid. Have you seen it? They will put it inside liquid to cool it down, but special liquid. The whole data center. Special liquid and special data center to cool it down. لا to cool it down, a special liquid. Okay, this is the latest technology. This is revision for chapter 1. I also gave you some, I will put them together, some questions. I gave you some questions. Okay.